What if I told you that the most powerful wealth-building secret in the Bible isn't about tithing harder, working longer, or even praying more? It's hidden in a single verse that Jesus dropped like a quantum bomb in the middle of a conversation about bread. John 6 verse 63. The Spirit gives life. The flesh counts for nothing. The words I have spoken to you are spirit, and they are life. Most people read that and think it's about salvation. They're not wrong, but they're missing the other 90% of the iceberg that's submerged beneath the surface. Because what Jesus is really describing here is the quantum field of creation itself. And Catherine Ponder, the legendary prosperity minister, understood this better than almost anyone alive. See, Catherine Ponder didn't just teach prosperity, she decoded it. She saw that the Bible wasn't a collection of nice stories. It was a scientific manual for manipulating reality through consciousness. And John 6 verse 63? That was her favorite kind of verse because it reveals the exact mechanism by which wealth transfers from the invisible realm into your bank account. Let me break this down in a way that might make your religious grandmother uncomfortable and your physics professor curious. When Jesus says, the flesh counts for nothing, he's not being spiritual in that fluffy, churchy way. He's being brutally scientific. He's saying the physical world, the bills on your table, the number in your account, the job you hate, has zero creative power. It's dead. It's effect, not cause. But the words I have spoken to you are spirit, and they are life. Those words are operating in a different dimension entirely. They're functioning as quantum commands, collapsing possibility waves into physical reality. This isn't metaphorical. This is exactly what quantum physicists discovered when they realized that observation itself, consciousness, determines which potential state a particle will manifest. Catherine Ponder taught this through what she called the prosperity law of the spoken word. She would have her students take a single biblical phrase and speak it like a mantra until it rewired their nervous system. Not because magic words create magic, but because specific words, spoken with authority, restructure the quantum field around you. She wrote, "The Bible is the greatest textbook on prosperity ever written." And John 6 verse 63 is the chapter that explains why affirmations work when nothing else does. Think about it. You've probably tried visualizing wealth. You've made vision boards. You've repeated, "I am rich" in the mirror until you felt ridiculous. And maybe nothing happened. That's because you were operating in the flesh, trying to force physical reality to change through physical effort. But John 6 verse 63 tells us that's backwards. The flesh profits nothing. Zero. Zilch. The spirit, that quantum field of infinite intelligence, gives life. And the words are the vehicle. This is why Catherine Ponder's most powerful affirmation was simply this: I now release the unlimited substance of the universe into my life, and I am richly supplied. She understood that you don't create wealth, you release it. You don't manufacture abundance. You allow it to collapse into form through the precise frequency of your word. Here's where this gets practical and maybe a little weird. Every time you speak a word, you're not just making noise. You're sending a frequency into the quantum field. Most people's words are chaotic noise, complaints about money, anxiety about bills, gossip about their broke friends. That frequency is sculpting their reality in real time, collapsing wave functions into more lack, more scarcity, more proof that the flesh is all there is. But when you speak the words that Jesus spoke, when you declare, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want," with the same authority he used to command the storm to be still, you're operating in spirit. You're speaking from the dimension that creates the physical world, not the dimension that reacts to it. I want you to try something right now. Pause this video and speak this out loud. The spirit within me now gives life to my financial situation. Every word I speak is collapsing infinite possibility into tangible wealth. Feel how different that is from, "I hope I get some money soon." One is quantum command. The other is flesh-based begging. Catherine Ponder had a student who was $50,000 in debt. She told him to stop looking at his bills, stop talking about his debt, and start speaking only the words of spirit. For 30 days, he repeated, I am the rich child of a loving father. All my needs are met instantaneously. He didn't get a new job. He didn't win the lottery. But within 6 months, unexpected opportunities collapsed into his reality: consulting gigs, a property sale, an old investment paying out. The debt was gone. Not because he worked harder in the flesh, but because he learned to operate in spirit. This is the quantum wealth scripture that nobody's teaching in church. John 6 verse 63 is the operating system for reality itself. The flesh is the 3D printer. The spirit is the blueprint. Your words are the code. And here's what makes this dangerous to the status quo. It means you can't blame your circumstances anymore. You can't say the economy is bad, or my boss doesn't pay me enough, or I didn't get the right education. Because John 6 verse 63 just looked you in the eye and said, the flesh profits nothing. Your circumstances have no power. Only your words do. Now, I know some of you are thinking this sounds too simple, too easy. Where's the struggle? Where's the sacrifice? But that's the flesh talking, trying to protect its identity as the victim. Catherine Ponder addressed this directly. Poverty is a sin. Not a sin in the shameful way, but in the missing the mark way. It's a miscalculation of your true nature. You are not a physical being having spiritual experiences. You are a spiritual being operating through a temporary physical interface, and John 6 verse 63 is the user manual. Let me give you a real-world analogy that makes this click. Imagine you're playing a video game. Your character is broke, stuck in a dungeon, surrounded by enemies. You could spend hours grinding, fighting monsters, collecting tiny coins, slowly building up resources. That's the flesh approach. It works, but it's exhausting and takes forever. Or you could open the developer console and type a single command, add gold 10000000. That's the spirit approach. The words you speak in the developer console aren't part of the game world. They're the code that creates the game world. John 6 verse 63 is telling you that you have access to the developer console of reality, and the password is speaking from spirit, not flesh. Catherine Ponder called this the dynamic law of prosperity. She wrote entire books about it, but it all distilled down to this. Your word is law in your universe. Not the universe. Your universe. The quantum field responds to your specific frequency, and your words are the tuning fork. So how do you actually apply this? I'm going to give you the exact 3-step process that Catherine Ponder taught, which is just John 6 verse 63 in action. First, withdraw your attention from the flesh. Stop staring at your bank account. Stop talking about your debt. Stop complaining about prices. Every time you do, you're collapsing more of that reality. It's like trying to delete a file while keeping it open on your desktop. It doesn't work. Second, enter the spirit. This isn't meditation in the cross-legged OM chanting way. This is you recognizing that you are consciousness first, body second. Take 3 breaths and feel the aliveness that animates your hands, your eyes, your thoughts. That aliveness is the spirit. That's the quantum field. You're already in it. You just forgot. Third, speak the words. Not affirmations. Commands. Catherine Ponder's most powerful one was this. I now accept my divine inheritance of abundance, and I am immediately and lavishly supplied. Say it like you mean it. Say it like you're the programmer and reality is waiting for your code. Say it until you feel the click. That moment when your nervous system stops resisting and accepts it as current reality. Do this for 30 days and the flesh will start to reorganize itself around your words. Not because you forced it, but because you spoke from the dimension that creates it. Now, I want to share something with you that I've been working on because I know this journey requires support. I've created the Quantum Wealth Scripture Journal, 30 days of Bible verses like John 6 verse 63, paired with specific quantum wealth activations, reflection prompts, and practical money moves. It's not just a journal. It's a daily recalibration tool that keeps you operating in spirit instead of flesh. The link is in the description and the first comment if you feel called to dive deeper. And for those of you who want to go even further, who want to support this channel and get early access to these teachings before they go public, there's a quiet invitation waiting in the membership tab. It's about sustaining this work for those who feel called to be part of it. Early access is just a small thank you for helping keep this frequency alive. Let me leave you with this. Catherine Ponder once said, "What you praise increases. Not what you need. Not what you complain about. What you praise." John 6 verse 63 tells us why. Because praise is spirit speaking. Praise is the quantum acknowledgement that life already exists in the invisible, and you're just calling it forth. So here's your assignment for the next 24 hours. Stop speaking about your problems. Start speaking about the solution as if it's already here. When someone asks how you're doing, don't say, "hanging in there." Say, "I'm magnificently prospered in ways I can't even track yet." Feel the difference? That's spirit versus flesh. The flesh will scream that you're lying, that you're delusional, that you're avoiding reality. But John 6 verse 63 whispers back, "The flesh profits nothing." Your bank account isn't your source. Your job isn't your source. The quantum field of infinite supply, accessed through the precise frequency of your word, is your source. And once you get this, once you truly understand that you're not a beggar at the door of circumstance but the programmer of reality itself, everything changes. Not gradually, not eventually, quantumly. The question isn't whether this works. The question is, are you willing to stop speaking the language of flesh and start speaking the words of spirit? Because John 6 verse 63 is waiting, the quantum field is listening, and Catherine Ponder is nodding from the other side, saying, "I told you so." Drop a comment below and tell me, what's the one word or phrase you're committing to speak for the next 30 days? Not a wish, a command. Let's see what happens when we all start operating in spirit together. And if this resonated, you know what to do. Share it with someone who needs to hear it, subscribe so you don't miss the next quantum scripture decode, and I'll see you in the next video. The spirit gives life. Your words are that spirit. Speak accordingly.